Hello guys and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm out, this is my third day and there's been a massive fall of warblers. There's tons of species I've never heard of here in my local park, and they're literally everywhere, and there's some absolutely beautiful warblers. Like the ones at home we get are quite drab in comparison really, although I love them. But so I'm hoping to get set up today and see if we can photograph some. Now I've got the Tragopan Lagopus with me, hoping to just get that set up, tuck myself away in the forest, spend maybe kind of 7-8 hours today out amongst it. A chance for birds of prey in the forest, chance for coyote and some other mammal species as well. So yeah, we're just going to head along, get set up, get in there, hope we get some of those cracking warblers, all being well. So guys, here I am, nicely tucked into the woodland. So I've just got to sit tight, get set up and hope for the best. It's really, really thick in here at the moment. And I've got to be a little bit careful because the coyotes are just denning at the back here. But they shouldn't really be bothering me today, not at this time. It's early morning. I'm sure they'll get my scent because the wind's going that way, so they'll keep well away from me, I expect. So I'm hoping to get set up in here. Now as you can see, it's quite an open canopy here, which isn't too bad. It's going to be quite tricky getting the birds, especially when they land on. Mindful of the sun to the side, and hopefully we'll get rewarded today with some great views of these fantastic warblers. And I'll put a list of the warblers that I heard this morning when I went for my dog walk. I'll put them on the screen through Merlin Bird app. Amazing. I mean, there's birds on there I've never heard of. So if I can capture some of those, that'll be fantastic. No guarantees though, and I know I've seen the hawks in here as well hunting, and there's some good vantage points here as well, so maybe we might get lucky with one of those coming through, maybe predating some of those early migrant arrivals, but we'll see. We may have to move around, may have to ditch the hide, maybe go off for a wander, see how the day pans out. But yeah, excited, get the hide set up, get in there, and we'll see what we can do. So guys, I can hear warblers all around me at the moment, and there's a nice little breeze. My God, there's some like killer ants in here, and they bite like mad. So, and they're everywhere. So could be a bit of ant dodging today as well. So guys, I've gone with the Canon 200-400 with 1.4 tele built in to give me 560 on a full frame, because of varying distances in here. There's going to be birds that will come in close, some further away, and if I've got the 500 there, it's a bit restrictive. And if I get a coyote or a mammal species, fox, stoat, weasel, anything coming through, then I'm not going to be able to really get in on them and probably end up with headshots. So it's just important really that I have that focal range to use, and that's really handy with the 2-400. So yeah, plenty of batteries. Got the R7 and the 100-500 so I can shoot out the side windows. Yeah, see how we get on. There's no guarantees it's going to work, you know. It's quite a big forest, but there are birds around and they're singing away, so let's hope we get lucky. The sooner I get in there, get concealed, the better. I love this Lagopus hide. It's got side pockets which are so useful, and you can stick your bag in there as well at the back or at the side if you want. You can get to your lunch. So guys, going to get in the hide now. Got everything set up, good to go. You can hear some crunching around to the left. Sounds quite big. But get in there, have me brew, chill out, let everything relax, and hopefully we'll get some killer warblers. So guys, we're in, all set up, good to go. Got the 1 to 5 on my lap, got the R3 and the 2 to 4 set up on the tripod. And already we've got a Baltimore Oriole singing away. It's one of those things, guys, I haven't really been doing any hide stuff whilst I've been in Canada, really, because there hasn't really been any need. These bird species now on territory, they're going to be moving around. This is a ravine system, so they'll come in, they'll move up the ravine system, feed, set up territories, etc. So, you know, for me, just being in a hide, I am restricting myself. Sometimes it's better just to get a light outfit, go for a walk around your park, as you've seen with me before, and then you get some great results. But I kind of want to sort of just stake it out in here today, sit quiet. When I'm in the park, I go around with my kit. Everybody's wondering either is it a gun I'm holding, which is ridiculous, or what am I taking pictures of, and I end up chatting to the public all the time. Not that I don't mind a little bit, I'm constantly inundated, and then dogs here go absolutely mental and start barking the hell out of me. Just even if I've got my small 1 to 5 with me, they're barking at me all the time because they see a camera in my hand. It's just like, does my head in. So I'm tucked well out the way in this forest here. I'm unlikely to get any dogs come over here, and people certainly. So I'm just going to sit, enjoy the day, chill out. I've got another day tomorrow to have a go at it. So this video is going to be filmed over 2 or 3 days. So you will see me in different kit, as in dressed differently, using different camera equipment as well. But hopefully I'll pull a nice video together with some of these new bird species. But today, hide based, going to give it a go. I'm in the forest as well, which is great because it's obviously the heat of the day. I'm sheltered by a bit of the canopy. It's not going to blow too many of the highlights out, and it's got a bit of leaf cover and stuff like that. So, you know, there's a chance that I might be able to get some decent images from here. And if there's no joy in 3-4 hours, I may move and then just go mobile along the river. But yeah, going to shut up a bit now and go quiet, have my coffee, because I haven't had a coffee yet this morning, and just watch things unfold in front of me. I'm excited. I'm really excited. I'm hoping we get to see a hawk come through, or maybe a fox on some sort of mustelid, or maybe even a coyote moving through. But yeah, we'll see. So we've got quite a few Nashville warblers. Never heard of that one before. And I've got the Baltimore Oriole singing just above me. They seem to spend quite a lot of their time quite high up in the canopy, so I'm probably not going to get them skulking down below. But there's been loads of other different warblers here, and vireos. So yeah, lots of different species, but I've not seen a bird yet. But I've got to have my wits about me. I've got kind of 180 degrees here. I'm looking through a mesh net for a warbler, which could be absolutely tiny. It's going to be really difficult. Just going to have to keep my wits about me, keep scanning around, and hope we'll get lucky. I can hear loads of birds around me. Can I see them? No. Got eastern kingbirds as well here. There's a bird out to my right, over the sound of a leaf blower. And a dog. So guys, just had to move position. It just wasn't working where I was. There wasn't enough vegetation in front for the birds to be foraging around, so I've just positioned myself right on this top of this bank. So this is my current view. Switch the camera around. So I'm right along the river there, and hopefully we'll get some birds coming in along here, maybe get a bird of prey perching over these trees, but it's no guarantee, but it's quite a nice view down there. And a bit around me here, so a bit more of a chance, I'm hoping, that the bird species are going to come in. They are calling all around, but they're just not low enough at the minute. The Baltimore Oriole there is singing away. Beautiful birds, male and female. Male's very much more like orangey, and the female very much more yellowy, but you'll see those in some of the images I've taken over the last few days. Big bird just flew over my hide. I'm in the exact position where I saw the hawk the other day, and this is pretty much about 20 foot away from where I saw the coyote, so it's not a bad spot. Hopefully I'll get some woodpeckers up and down as well. Just try, you know, I've been in here an hour already and I've had no images taken, but that's the way this sort of photography goes, but it's the only way I like doing it. Chance species, chance encounters, rather than, you know, the alternative. So, you know, it is what it is, but it's just nice being out in nature. Yes, I've got noise around me a bit, barking dogs and a few people shouting and some aircraft and sirens and stuff, but I can kind of drown that out now and just concentrate on what I'm doing. And it is what it is, guys. You know, I'm in a city, but, you know, as I said loads and loads of times, it's a cracking spot for bird species. I mean, southern Ontario like this is brilliant for warblers. If you're really a birder and really into your warbler species, you know, it's yeah, it's just such a great place despite the noise. And when I move, you know, it's a different spot. It's a great place there for owls, and I'm only very short drive for, you know, for moose, bear and wolf and things, so looking forward to that. Can I just as well say thanks for everybody that's who've joined the membership on YouTube. It's been fantastic. Thanks very much indeed. Just let you know, I've got another video coming out very soon for that. And also thanks to those who've bought me a coffee, you know, absolutely fantastic. Thank you all so much. I'll be putting your names in the description at the end, but really appreciate it, you know, and I really do go out and buy a brew and a tea or coffee. I've got a local coffee shop called Tiden, which is just up the road, and they do the best mochas, or they call them mochas, and they do an awesome carrot cake. So yeah, I think of you when I buy one and I sit there and have a nice brew, so thank you all very much indeed. But back to the job in hand. Let's see if we can secure some of these cracking warblers. So just a bit of a tip here for sort of shooting here from a hide, and there's an awful lot of clutter in front of me, as you can see. So trying to pick out a bird species amongst a small bird amongst these trees is notoriously difficult. So I've got 3 buttons set on my camera. This one here is a small box, so if I can show you that on the screen, I don't know if you can see. Okay, and this one here is round the whole frame, as you can see, searching. That one there is a small box, and I can make that box slightly bigger depending on the subject. And this one here is single spot. And that, so we've got 3 buttons, single spot, I've got the small zone, and then I've got whole frame. So that gives you the option then, if you're trying to search around for a bird species like a small warbler, it's not going to find it there. This one here in a small box, it may do, and you can have IAF on that if you want. And this one here really will search out those detailed areas. So you can look at leaves and things like that, and it will focus pretty well on there. Just go down, there we go, some leaves there. You should just detect, there we go, on those leaves, just there, looks like some sort of chestnut. So that's the 3 modes I use. It's brilliant, so you can just go, switch your finger across to which one you want, and Bob's your uncle there, and you should nail that shot pretty much every time. And you probably didn't see that too well there, guys, on the screen, because it's quite dark in here, but hopefully I'll put an overlay on the screen there for you can see that. But as I say, you've got whole area, so if you've got something that comes into the frame like a mammal, quite big, you can kick that in and it'll focus straight on that mammal's head. And if you want eye detection, you can put eye detection on. I don't always do that because it gets a bit fussy and it confuses it, so I have whole frame, it'll find it, and then you've got that small zone box which you can make slightly bigger. I've got a little dial on mine, as you can see there. I've got that small single spot there, and then just change the wheel at the front and it'll go to a slightly bigger box, and then it'll go to 5 points there, go to 9 points there, and then it'll go to a smaller box again, larger, larger, and then whole area again. So I usually find that works really well for me, especially in these situations at the moment. As I say, I can go to any one of those and just press whole frame, single there, and then single spot there. So guys, we've just had the eastern chipmunk just come in on an old dead log there. It's nice, it's got a nice few shots of that. And we just had a few jays in too. So starting to see a few species coming in. It's a bit thin on the ground, but I think I'll give it till lunch. I think then I'll go mobile with the 1 to 5 and the R7. Leave this here, just keeping view of the hide. Make sure it doesn't go walk about, and hopefully we'll get lucky with some other species. But you know, it's pleased really. Got a few chipmunk there. I've got a few jay as well, which is nice. They've been hunting around, making a racket as they usually do. Got on some old sort of dead branches, so it's nice to see the jays. Beautiful coloration on the birds. Yeah, it's all a bit of a waiting game, sitting patiently, but it's very, very relaxing. Sit here and watch the world go by. It's lovely. Actually, it's quite quiet for a city park. It's amazing sometimes if you just, you know, come here, you sit here for 10 minutes and it's nothing around, and then you sit for an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, whatever, and then everything just seems to come out. Everything can hear you, see you come in, they all hide away. Once you go quiet, give it a bit of a while, nature starts to reveal itself again. It really is surprising what comes out. Yeah, the chances today, guys, of me seeing any of the hawks close up and any of the bird species is pretty slim. But I'll go mobile tomorrow and see if I can get some decent images, and hopefully do a bit of vlogging as well. Until the weather changes on Thursday and Friday, and on the weekend I think it's all wet. So yeah, I think we're getting a bit of rain from the UK now. April showers, it said, and May is a bit wet sometimes. So, but hey, all good. Gives me a chance to edit and don't feel bad for about not being outside enjoying nature. But right, back to it. I need to keep my wits about me. I've opened the front now, guys, which is quite nice. So I can see a lot better. Seeing through this mesh for a small bird is really difficult, but seeing through this now is nice and clear, and I've got a pretty good field of view there. Any luck, we'll get some of those good birds coming in. So guys, I had great fun with that chipmunk there. That's the eastern chipmunk. There's also another chipmunk called the least chipmunk. I don't think I've seen one of those yet. Slightly different the way the pattern and the stripe goes along the tail. I think it stops at the base of the behind for the eastern. I think the least goes on, I'm not sure. It's something along those lines, but they're cute little things. And so I said before about this particular place, they've got breeding red-tailed hawks here and they're breeding Cooper's hawks. And we've also got that juvenile. Now, some of the prey source, certainly for red-tailed hawk and for the Cooper's hawk, are chipmunks. So that would feature quite a good meal for them, I would have thought. I think red-tails will take things slightly larger, like rabbits and stuff like that. Whereas Cooper's hawk's still a robust, strong bird, but you know, a chipmunk's is still a fairly good size. But exposing itself like that there, and I know for a fact this is where the young juvenile hunts. Yeah, it's you never know with situations like this. I mean, a couple of people have said to me on the quiet that they think I've lost my my excitement and enjoyment for when I'm out doing my videos because I'm here in Canada. I don't think so. I'm absolutely buzzing, to be fair. certainly being here in a hide. I miss being in a hide. It's nice just to sit here, chill out. It's lazy. You know, I like sitting in man-made hides, like at RSPB reserves and stuff. Maybe over a nice water, over a nice lake, just watching the world go by, watching all those birds do their thing. Otters, kingfishers, waders, you name it, harriers coming over. It's a great place to go. I've got nothing against those at all. I think they're brilliant, and I love these little portable hides. You know, they're great, and they have their place. This Lagopus chair hide is a single man, but my God, it's so comfy. You could sit in here all day with one of these, and they're brilliant. And you never know what's going to turn up with hide photography. You know, I've got no food out there, obviously, as I don't do baited. So it just the possibility of what if turns up might not be anything. Everything might just be that like extra 20 foot that way and not this way. But it's just the excitement of the what ifs, you know. If something does turn up, you know, you feel so lucky and so rewarded. So this type of photography for me, so bag hides, chair hides, RSPB hides, or wooden hides, man-made hides, whatever, they are great and they have their place, and they're certainly great when you're in bad weather. You can just sit in there all day, flask of coffee, got your lunch, happy days, nice and warm in the winter. Oh, I think they're great. So encourage people to get out there and use hides. I just don't use the baited ones, you know, so, but that's just my personal preference. But I'd love it if a bird of prey came in now. We have got the sharp-shinned hawk here. They are a lot rarer, and they're about the same size as our sparrowhawk in the UK, whereas the Cooper's hawk's slightly bigger. Now the sharp-shinned are so similar. Thanks to a friend who I've communicated with through on Instagram, Sarah. She's been brilliant in helping me ID some of the raptors and some other species as well, because it's not always that easy. You know, you look at the sharp-shinned and you look at the Coopers together, adult birds, or the doves, you know, it's so difficult to tell, and it's not that easy. I've got books on it, but I'm still lost. So, but yeah, thanks to Sarah, you really helped me out. I know she does occasionally watch videos of mine, so if she does, thanks very much indeed. Much appreciated. Every day's a school day, and it's good to learn new things, and yeah. Right, I've still got half a coffee to drink, and but my wife made me, so thanks very much, and gonna get back to it. So we've just had the juvenile Cooper's hawk in on a low branch with a little bit of foliage, and I just managed to get a few shots and a tiny bit of video, but I'm obviously hand holding the R7 here, and it's a bit shaky, but not too bad. It didn't stay for very long, and I've just had a brown creeper come in, and also, I can't never remember the name of it, it's tiny warbler, yellow throated or rumped or something warbler. Really is small, man. I mean, it's smaller than our chiff-chaff at home. And I was just... Sometimes vlogging is a pain. I was just trying to sort the vlogging cam out, and the bird landed quite close to me, and I just was about to take a picture of it, and it flew because I had the vlogging camera and this on my lap. So, yeah, not ideal, but superb to see the hawk. I mean, I didn't think I was going to see it, to be fair. You know, it hunts in this area, but it doesn't necessarily always come in here. But it didn't stay for long. I just saw it land. It didn't make me. It kind of was looking around, looking ahead, not at me. And then it went off. But it was just through a young sapling tree with a little bit of leaf on it. Absolutely fantastic to see it, though. Yeah, I'm made up. I'm hoping it comes back. I think it's because there's suddenly like a flurry of warblers in here, and there's also the chipmunk down there, and there's been some American robins and cardinals. There's been the Baltimore Orioles singing, and there's been sudden flurry of birds in here. They kind of have obviously come in to investigate, but yeah, man, that's great. Absolutely chuffed with that. I mean, I've got loads of pictures of it, don't get me wrong, but nice to get it in its landscape, in its environment, at its level as well, right down low. But see what you think of those images. So guys, just down by the river here, just top little place to be really, really shallow water, lots of stones there. Sadly, as I said before in many of my videos, we've got no dippers here, but there's a kind of sandpiper just feeding along the river. And there's got grosbeaks in here, blue-throated warblers. Every time I put the bird app on, I come up with some new species, and usually I'm getting to ID them as well, so it is that bird. But they're coming in, they're sort of having a little drink, and then they're going to just land on the tree nearby, have a little bit of a preen and a clean, and off they go. So I've had Baltimore orioles in, I've had eastern kingbirds in, you know, absolutely fantastic little spot here. Find an area for water, for mammals and all manner of bird species. It's absolutely incredible. So I'm going to sit here for a bit and just enjoy. Got a northern cardinal there singing, and this this sandpiper of sorts down the bottom there is feeding on like crustaceans and worms and some fish. So yeah, it's nice to watch. Seems to be quite happy. A little bit of noise in the background, but still, you know, the birds are here and the birds are cracking on. So yeah, fantastic. So guys, it's been a great sort of morning stroke In fact, now it's 25 to 2. It's been really, really good. I've really enjoyed myself. You know, there's been lots and lots of different species, loads and loads of warblers. We've seen the Baltimore orioles, eastern kingbirds, northern flickers. I've seen the hawks, loads of other smaller bird species, American goldfinches, you know, the list goes on. It's been really, really good. It's got to that point though now where things have gone a little bit quiet now. So I'm just sitting here chilling out on a bench, have a little bit of a rest. And I've just been watching some northern flickers flying to and fro, 2 trees here. And I want to get a nice shot of those if I can, but they're notoriously sort of twitchy, nervous birds. So I'm hoping, I got a couple of flight shots that's going across, but I was shooting at 800th of a second and it wasn't quite enough. And I think a slight blur there on the head, but still, you know, it's nice to see, and hopefully they might clean up all right. But I'm just going to sit chill here for a bit. Hopefully things will pick up. Birds have stopped singing a bit now, and it's a little bit quieter. So, as I say, tuck myself in the shade. I think it's about 24 degrees today. So pretty nice and pretty bright. And yeah, certainly, you know, lovely weather now that's come. And we're definitely well and truly into thick of spring. So hoping as the afternoon sort of draws out, we might get a bit more action. Birds are starting to feed a bit more interaction, a bit more calling. And yeah, and hopefully things will pick up from there. But yeah, I'm just going to sit here and just finish off my coffee and have a biscuit and then back to it. So we've just had a little spot of rain and I've just been sheltering in the forest, and I've been trying to get a photograph of the great crested flycatcher, and it's been nigh on impossible. It really has been that difficult. It spends a lot of time very high in the trees. It's just been raining, it's just feathers were completely sodden and it was flitting around, and I got some shots elevated because they don't seem to come down to sort of eye level to me, but I managed to get some shots. They're not brilliant, but that's another great bird. I've heard it pretty much every day, but it just eludes me. It's not a small bird, but it just seems to spend a lot of time flitting from tree to tree, and it does not sit still for 5 minutes. It's completely gone now, but I mean, I'm absolutely over the moon. I've been really trying to get that one for 3 days, and to get any shot is half decent, to be honest. But I'm going to try a little bit harder, see if we can get one that's a bit lower perched. But it's calling constantly, so hopefully we'll get lucky and get a better shot. So guys, I was watching the flycatcher, the great crested flycatcher, and I've just seen a scarlet tanager. There's 2 of them, males, absolutely gorgeous, like blood red with black on them, but they're really, really high in the trees and they are terribly silhouetted. I've got the sun right behind them. It's a bit of a nightmare to photograph and they're so high. I've got the 1 to 5 with me, but yeah, they're just sitting pretty in the tree at the top at the moment. I'm hoping they might swing across this side and land in this greenery over here, and then we can maybe get some better shots, because at the moment I'm overexposing by up to 3 stops just trying to get that colour, because it just looks like a big black blob. Nice to get a recognition shot, but yeah, fantastic. It's another one to the ever-growing list today. Yeah, fantastic, and that weather's now improved, the sun's back out and the rain is cleared, so yeah, happy days. So guys, that pretty much concludes the video over the last 3 days. It's been absolutely awesome. I've had so much fun with a load of new warbler species. I think I've got some great shots, especially of the Baltimore Oriole, which is a fantastic, fantastic bird. Also, a bit of interaction with the Cooper's hawk as well, which was nice, that good old juvenile again. Lots of other bird species, woodpeckers, nuthatches, tree creepers, other warbler species. It's been, you know, absolutely incredible, to be perfectly honest. You know, it's such a hive of industry here, and I've really enjoyed it. So I'm going to leave the vlog there, and hopefully the next one may be on the coyotes. I've been doing a lot more recce work with them, and I'm hoping soon I'll be able to do a video with them. But the subject's, nice woodpecker, the subject's not that easy, so it does take a lot longer to get anywhere with it. But I'm hoping you guys can obviously stop by and watch that one when it's released. But thanks very much indeed for watching, and thanks for all your support on the channel as always. My statistics say at the moment that obviously a considerable amount of people that do watch the videos don't subscribe to the channel. Don't forget guys, channel is free, so just click that subscribe button if you would. It would help me out massively, and it doesn't cost anything. And click the like button and leave a comment if you have time. It's much appreciated, and I always answer to every single one of you as well. Also guys, if you want to buy me a coffee or a tea, there's a link below there on the screen and in the vlog description. It's much appreciated. Give a shout out at the end of the vlog. I've got this local coffee shop nearby which is called Tiden, as I said before, and it's awesome coffee and tea there, and also a great carrot cake. So yeah, that would be awesome, just to show you support. I really would appreciate that. But as always guys, thanks very much indeed for stopping by to see another one of my videos here. I don't know if you can hear that. I've got a red squirrel in a tree having a good old munch on a nut. So from me and that squirrel and the warbler species that have gone quiet, I'll see you all next time.